Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and fall is in the air here in Oklahoma. It is a beautiful day, but unfortunately we do live on a farm, and today we've come to the last day of one of our animals' lives. So if you followed our channel for very long, you know that we have a herd of Kiko meat goats, and when I say meat goats, it's because we raise them and we're going to have some processed to put in the freezer. Now, we butchered 3 young goats that were probably 55 to 65 pounds, maybe a little bigger than that, I don't remember exactly, several months ago. Probably back, I'm not exactly sure when it was, but I left one, I held one back that I didn't process that's big now. I've got a wether that I've been raising, a wether goat's one that's a male goat that's been castrated. And I didn't have him processed with the others because I wanted to see, you know, how much meat we would get back from a 50 to 60 pound goat versus one that's over 100. So this goat's about 1.5 years old. He's been on, you know, pasture and grain and everything here for 1.5 years now. He's pretty good size, but I want to have one processed at a different place than I've ever done before at any livestock. We don't butcher them here on the farm. I'm looking for a processor. So in our area we have several different processors, but I haven't found one that does cured meats and things very well, like for pigs. I haven't found a processor specifically that I can take a pig to and enjoy the bacon and the hams and all that stuff. But there's a place about an hour and 20 minutes away called Munster, Texas, and it's a German community, and they make a lot of German style sausages. They're known for Munster cheese, and they have some really good like bratwurst and different sausages and cured meats and things. So I don't have any pigs. We don't have pigs right now that we want to process, but I'm going to take a goat down there and have some bratwurst and different things made. And it's the place I'm going to is actually like a grocery store and a processing plant, but they sell a lot of their cured meats there and bacon and things. So I want to go buy some of their bacon and some of their pork products, and then we're going to have a goat process there, see how we like it. It's kind of a drive, a long ways to take one goat, but I'm just testing out a new facility to see if we like the way they process the animals. So let's go load this goat up and get on the road. What's up, Isaac? Hey, buddy. There's Skip and Lambert. So this big guy right here is the one we're after. He's not going to be super easy to catch, but what I'm going to do is just dump out a little grain. And then while they're eating, he won't be too hard to catch, I don't think. He has no idea what's going on right now, but you can see he's definitely a big guy. Watch out. Okay, so this may be easier said than done, but I'm going to try to attempt to film myself catching this goat. Now I've got this little shepherd's hook, shepherd's crook, that Premier One Supplies sent to me. You could use this to catch them around the neck, but with bigger goats, they have this leg catcher that works really, really well. Now this guy ain't stupid. He knows. Look at him. He ain't dumb. But usually once they get their head in the bucket and eat, look at him turn his side to me. Most of my goats are not hard to catch at all. That guy is a little bit wild. He's probably the most wild one around. He ain't dumb. Look at him. Got him. Now it's just a game of tug of war. Oh no. Well, I guess that's the reality of YouTube and filming by yourself. Got the camera all set up while I'm trying to hold on to the goat so I can show you guys loading him up in the truck. Well, he's definitely loaded in the truck. As you can see, the camera fell over, and I'm not about to unload that guy and wrestle him again, so we're just gonna call it good there. I mean, come on, do you really need to see me loading the goat? It was a wrestling match. We'll just say that, but he's big. I said 100 pounds. I think I'm off. I'm gonna guess more like 130, 140 pounds. But I'm telling you what, this little leg catching tool, oh my gosh, this will change your life if you have sheep and goats, especially ones that you can't just walk up and pet. Most of my goats, it would not be a problem just to walk out there, grab them by the neck, by the horns, by the head, and just walk off with them. But some of them are a little more wild, and that's normal. It is what it is. So we're gonna take him to the processor. Hopefully we can get a little footage there, show you guys their meat market and all that stuff. But whew, I'm gonna go wash my hands and get on the road. What'd you say?
I'm torn. So many choices.
Oh,
I love me some cheese.
well, I got a whole bag of goodies here. So we're trying this new meat processor out on a goat. But like I said earlier in the video, we're planning on bringing some pork down here. Or I'm planning on, I don't know if she's planning on it. I'm planning on raising a couple pigs and bringing some pork down here.
I'm gonna be busy raising alpacas.
And no, we're not bringing any alpacas to have processed like Houston seems to think. But so I bought a bunch of stuff just to test it out that are pork products. But I had to get some beef sticks. These are fully cooked beef sticks. We're having some goat sticks made. They're kind of like, that's what I get for recording on my phone. I got a phone call and it shut off. Anyways, bought some beef sticks. We're having some goat sticks made, 10 pounds of these just to try them out like a fully cooked, just like a snack stick. And I bought some fully cooked smoked breakfast sausages. They're gonna make some out of goat. We're gonna do goat and pork 50-50 mix. They're gonna add the pork, which it's pretty cheap, but it adds flavor. They've got a fully cooked smoked sausage with jalapeno and cheese. We're gonna have some of those made out of goat meat. We're not gonna have goat made out of these, or made into these, but some hot links because my wife loves hot links. And this is the whole reason I wanted to come down here, because there's nothing more frustrating than taking a pig to a processor, having it processed, and your cured meats taste like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. We've done it a couple times because we don't cure our own meats. I know there's gonna be people on here, people saying, make your own bacon, cure your own hams, all that. We just don't have time for that. We're gonna find a good place that does a good job. So I bought some of their bacon that they make here. I bought two kinds. We got a smoked, just a regular smoked bacon, and a pepper style bacon. So I want to take those home and test them out before I waste my time and bring a pig somewhere to be processed. So anywho, we're going to take all that stuff home, throw it in the freezer, and we will finish this video out. After we come back and pick up our goat, I'll show you guys what all we got. It's probably going to be a week to 10 days, but we'll include that on this video. So we'll see you guys in a couple seconds, but for us, it'll be like 2 weeks. Well, welcome back, guys. I finally got the call to go pick up our goat meat from the processor. Made it back down to Munster, Texas this morning. Picked up all of our meat. I'm gonna get it all out, lay it all out, show you what all we got. Now, the first time we processed goats, we took 3 younger goats. They were about 50 pounds. And we just had goat chops and hamburger meat. And then, as I said earlier in the video, we took this one down to Munster. This was a lot bigger goat. He was 131 pounds.
He's big. I said 100 pounds. I think I'm off. I'm gonna guess more like 130, 140 pounds.
This was a lot bigger goat. He was 131 pounds live, as you saw. So a lot bigger animal. I'm curious to see the taste difference in the young goats that were butchered at 50, 60 pounds versus the 130 pounder. But anyways, we got quite a bit more meat back than we did on the 3 smaller ones, which individually, there just wasn't a lot of meat. Some of you will probably see this and go, oh my gosh, you didn't get a lot back. But we're talking about a goat. We're not talking about we're not about beef or pork. You're not talking, a 400 to 800 pound animal. So it's kind of a smaller amount of meat. And we had all these specialty cuts made. I'm really excited to try them out. So let me pull everything out. I'm gonna weigh it, show you how much meat we got back from a 131 pound goat, and break it down, see what we got. All right, so 2 boxes of meat is right at 53.35 pounds. And I know by looking at it, it doesn't look like a lot of meat, but really there's 53 pounds of meat there. So there's a lot. That's actually probably a little bit more than I expected to get back. Now some of the cuts, some of the like smoked sausages and things that we got, they're called breakfast links, but it's really not a breakfast sausage. It's their style of a smoked sausage. And then there's like a jalapeno smoked sausage. Some of those they added a little bit of pork to, just to kind of beef them up, put a little bit more fat content in it, because goat is very lean. And when you're talking about a smoked sausage, you need a little bit of fat in there. So anyways, let's get all this out of the box and see what all we've got here. So I've got everything laid out here in the back of my Kubota Sidekick, and just for reference, I went ahead and grabbed a couple packages. So when we're talking about their breakfast links, which it's really not breakfast like we would think breakfast sausage with pork, but this is what it is. It's just kind of like a bratwurst or a smoked sausage. So I'm gonna put everything's wrapped in paper, so it's kind of hard for you guys to see what we're talking about here. So there's the breakfast sausages, and then fully cooked smoked sausage with jalapeno. That's this stack over here. So that's what's all here and here, because I know with it being in paper, you guys really can't tell what we got going on. So with the fully cooked breakfast sausage, we've got, these are all 1 pound packages. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 pounds of these. And then the jalapeno style, probably about the same. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 packages of those. Then, one thing, now this was probably the most expensive, well, I know this was the most expensive part. I had them fix me up 10 pounds of the beef sticks, which is goat, it's not beef, but just like a lot of people do with their deer, or you can buy it, it's kind of like a beef stick that you'd buy, you know, at the grocery store or somewhere. Those are expensive. They take a little bit more to make, but we got 10 pounds of those. Then this is what I'm excited about. I'm not going to open a package for you, but I had the loins cut up into, I believe we did 1 inch thick steaks out of there, and there's 2 per package, except this one. This one's got 6 for some reason. I'm not real sure why they did that, but look how many packages of goat chops, or actually steaks. The last time we did bone in, just like a pork chop, but they were like 1/2 inch thick. They were real thin. So we went thicker on this, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 packages of steaks. And then I just told them to make us some hamburger meat with everything that was left over. So this is just ground hamburger meat. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pounds of hamburger meat. So as you can see, we got quite a lot of meat off of one goat. Now, as I said earlier, this was an older goat, and he weighed 130 pounds. Not old by any means. By butchering standards, this was an older age goat. He was 1.5 years old. So I wanted to try one. I wanted to run one way up there, heavier in weight, just to see if the flavor was much different. Because you get so much more meat, obviously, a ton more meat off of a 130 pound goat than a 50 pound goat. Now I had to go back and look at the video when we processed the 3 little ones. I want to say we kind of averaged 25 to 28 pounds of meat per goat on the 50 to 60 pound goats that we butchered. So there just wasn't a lot of meat coming back per goat. But as you can see, this time we got quite a large spread of meat. There's a lot of food right here. So I'm going to go get all this put in the freezer and add to our stockpile for the year. We got the Crazy Eyes, the heifer beef in the freezer. Got all this goat going in the freezer, and it's deer season, so probably gonna have some deer meat in the freezer soon too. Well, alrighty then, got everything packed away in the freezer. Everything is still frozen. It's all good. It was a long trip. I've never gone that far to have an animal processed, so I was a little bit concerned about bringing everything 1.5 hours back home, but it made it just fine. So guys, I know a lot of you aren't familiar with eating goat, Most people that watch this video have never eaten goat meat. And I tell you what, you're missing out. It's actually really, really good. I know a lot of people see goats as pets, but they're livestock. And I really, really, really enjoy knowing, I get satisfaction out of knowing where my food comes from. And that's why we do this. That's why we raise those animals. We raise those animals with love and care and compassion. We take care of them, we feed them. And because we know we want the best, the healthiest, everything, you know, we want the animals that we're gonna eat, we want them to have the best life until it's time for them to go on our dinner plate. So I know a lot of people don't have room to raise beef. They don't have room to put a cow for 2 years, and then they don't have a way to transport it to a processor. But you can do it with goats on a much smaller scale. You can raise goats in a very small area and then throw them in a small cage in the back of your SUV. You can put them in a dog cage and transport them to a processor, or you can process them yourself on your own property. They're small enough that that can be done in a very manageable way, unlike a 1,000-pound steer that's going to take a lot of work, a lot of tools. You can process goats on your own property if you chose to. So anyways, guys, I guess that's all I've got for today. I'm excited, I'm happy, I can't wait to try this food out. I know it's gonna be really good, and I know that animal had a great life up until the day we processed it. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day, and as always, we'll see you on the next video.